Hi guys, good morning. It's Erin again, and I just wanted to come on today and talk to you a little bit more about the steps that you can take to redesign any space in your home. So far we've talked about your function, the function of your space, what are you going to be using it for, who's going to be using it. And then I went into different styles and how you can choose a style for your home to create something cohesive and beautiful that reflects your personality. Also, you have probably at this point thought about your color palette. So that would be one step in the process is thinking about how you're going to pull all the visuals together with a color scheme. And then second to last, step 4 is what I'm going to be going over today. So step 4 is going to be starting your plan for the space. So of course, this whole time you've been planning, but we want to put in a more definite plan. First of all, a floor plan and just plan out which piece of furniture you are going to be upgrading so that you can make yourself a step-by-step list for execution so you can get it all done and not forget any steps in this process for you. So, to complete your plan, my first piece of advice, I guess, would be to draw a sketch of the room that you're working on, right? So if it's my office, okay, it does not have to be a really perfect sketch. Just get out a piece of paper, literally draw a square. This room is generally square shaped, so that's all I'm doing. Eventually, you might want to measure. You should use a tape measure for this step because there's going to be some parts that you're measuring. But let's take, for example, this picture that I've drawn of my bedroom. I've drawn in the closet doors are over here. It's kind of rectangular shape. I don't know how well you can see it. I did draw in some where the electrical outlets are and also where the light is in the middle, the fixture on the ceiling. So you just want to give yourself a rough sketch. Up here is the window. There's the doorway into the bathroom, and then my double closets. Very lucky to have this large space. So the main thing is you want to get a general idea. Part 2, I want you to be a bit more precise with. So now that I have this is my bedroom drawn, my rough sketch, I need to start drawing in the furniture that I want. So you need to think about what furniture are you going to upgrade, what are you going to keep. And then when you decide on the furniture that you're going to upgrade or new furniture you're going to be buying, you need to measure in your room exactly. This you don't want to guesstimate, right? How much space you have. So up here, down here is that's where my bed is now. If I wanted to say I have a queen, no, maybe I want to upgrade to a king, I need to measure if that's actually going to fit in that space, if that's going to be realistic for me. Then if I put a queen size bed, say I have 7 feet across and 8 feet down that I can have as the footprint for my bed. So that gives you a range. You go a little smaller, and you want to know though the biggest dimension that you're going to be able to fit, because then when you go to shop, you're going to know exactly what to look for when you're shopping. Secondly, maybe I want to add some other nightstands on the side of the bed. So how much space do I have for that? Maybe I have 3 feet, maybe I only have a foot. That's going to be really important when you go to shop. Okay, maybe I'm going to put a shelf over here on the east side, the east wall over there. I need to measure how much space I want that piece of furniture to take up. You can have a range of spaces. Maybe on the small end, I want it to be 3 feet wide, and on the larger end, 4 feet wide. So that at least gives you, I want to say an estimation, but it's a guesstimation, but it's a range. You need an exact range that you can work with for purchasing your furniture pieces. So, once you have all the dimensions and you know what you're going to be upgrading as far as furniture goes and space wise, now it's really time to make a list. I recommend making a list on something editable. So I would put it into Google Docs or If you want to make it on a piece of paper, that's fine. But the second step is going to be prioritizing the order that you want these things done in. And so if you put it into Google Docs or Microsoft Word, something like that, where you're going to be able to cut and paste the order later, that's really going to help you. So step one is going to be measuring out how much space you have for each thing that you're looking to do in your upgrade. Step two is going to be actually listing out everything you want done. So for instance, in this office, I wanted to do the paint, I wanted to do some decals, I want to do a rug, also window treatments. What are you going to do for window treatments? Lighting. What are you going to do for lighting? You know, those are just superficial things, maybe wall treatments, wall hangings, art, mirrors, things of that nature. So I want you to make a full list of everything that you're going to be upgrading, everything you want done in that space. Step three, then, after you have your list of what you ideally want to upgrade and everything that you're going to do to make your space beautiful and wonderful, then you are going to prioritize in a step-by-step fashion what you want done first, second, third, etc. So the main thing with that is just be a little bit logical at this point. You know, you don't want to put all this furniture into your room before you've painted the walls. So, you know, the great thing about having a plan is you're creating cohesion. Everything's going to match. Everything with the style and mood is going to go together early on, so that even if it takes you 6 months or a year to implement your plan, maybe you're still working on your budget, maybe you're waiting to go on a trip to France to pick out something from a flea market that's going to work in your design scheme. Maybe it takes you a little bit longer to execute, but the great thing is that now you're going to have a cohesive vision. So when you are picking things out over a period of time, or maybe you're quick, you're ready to have it done in the next 2 to 4 weeks, that's great too. However you see this playing out for you, the main thing is that you don't want to do things piecemeal and not have a collective vision for the end product, how you want it to look. Because even if I only upgrade my shelves right now, which I just got new shelves for my office, so I'm so excited to be able to show those off soon. And I'm going to be working on some accessories for them as well. But the main point is maybe it takes me longer to get my new desk, but I'm still thinking about that end product. I'm still buying things that are within the design theme that I'm going for, and I do have that end product, that vision for what I want it to look like in its finality. You know, even if it takes a couple months to get it done, whatever is right for you, whatever, you know, your personal timeline looks like is great. But those would be the main things. And so, yeah, if you have questions about how, you know, order of operation, what things you should do first, second, third, you know, that's something I would love to talk to you about. These are going to be the types of things that I'm going over in my new 4 Weeks to Fabulous program. And so, you know, what a designer is going to do for you is they're going to take your rough sketch and they're going to put it into an actual 2D floor plan model. So you're going to get exact dimensions, and if you need help with that, that's what a designer can do for you. They can actually lay out the floor plan for you with exact dimensions, help you to decide how much space you actually have for each of those pieces, and even help you to optimize your furniture layout. Of course, that's a lot of things you can start to do on your own. Even if you don't have the technology, even if you just have pencil and paper, you can start to think about, do I want the bed here, or would I want it across the room under the window? And you can start to think about different layouts and possibilities. And also, like I said, you can get the dimensions that you want for those pieces, and then be sure when you are going out or when you're looking online, when you're buying things, to have your tape measure with you when you're buying accessories, or to when you're looking online, just be sure to look at the dimensions of everything so that, of course, it is going to fit in your beautiful new room. And other things that I'll be helping you with in 4 weeks to fabulous, if you are choosing to do that route, because I do think this will help you get started, and for a lot of people this could be enough to get your project done and going. So that's why I want to give you this information now. But if you are looking for a little bit more hand-holding, I'm going to help you with a step-by-step process. If you're not sure how to prioritize what things should be done first, second, third, that's something I can help you with. And then with the execution part, actually getting it done, just like giving you a timeline and accountability so that you don't forget about your project and you don't get distracted by other things. And I'm also having a Facebook group where you can share all your accomplishments and your finalized or even steps in the process, so you don't feel like you're alone in it. I think a lot of us were a little bit isolated, maybe a lot isolated now at this point. And so decorating, I want it to be really fun. I want it to be social. I want it to be something that we can do together and where you can meet other people who are working on the same projects, whether it's me and other people in this group who have similar goals. So that is my main overview for how to go about planning your space, planning a step-by-step implementation process. And then last, tomorrow I'm going to talk about execution. So yeah, please check out any links below, leave any questions, comments about maybe you're having a design dilemma, maybe you have started to do these steps and maybe you got stuck somewhere along the way. I'd love to hear about it, and I'd love to be able to respond to anything like that as well. So please leave me some comments, questions, any feedback, and I really appreciate everyone who's able to hang out with me and just learn a little bit more about design. Hope you have a wonderful day and see you soon.